All right. So good morning, everyone. Welcome again for the demo session for Appian training, D2. So before we start, do you guys have any questions in your mind about the Appian? Do you wanted to ask anything? Please go ahead. Have you guys, all of you have attended the class on 19th, right? The demo session. Anyone new here?
Yeah, we are new actually. We did not attain any demo. So
Okay, Mridul. Anyone else apart from Mridul? Because I see some people said was there before, like Prashad, Kirtana. No. Anyone else is here who hasn't joined on 19th?
Yeah, me as well.
Tarun, okay. All right. So we have a recording of 19th of 19th class. We basically talk about the what Appian is, and we also talk about what's the market positioning, how the Appian works, what's the technology behind it. So do you guys have any questions around this one, or you guys know what Appian is? Mridul and Tarun.
so is this only the question answer session, or we are going to
Yeah,
continue
I'm
with
just
the?
asking, I mean, I'm just trying to understand that. Do you want me to walk you through the things that we discuss in a quick note, or you will watch the video, or are you aware of this Appian, what Appian is, how it works? So I can just go through the, how Appian looks like, how we have the developer environment, everything, that thing. So that's what I just wanted to make sure.
I'll
Uh,
definitely want to go with the I mean, to understand the Appian. If it was
mhm.
informed before to go through the video, then yeah, I would have done that. But you
Okay,
suggest
okay.
what to do.
All right. Okay, I mean, we have a video of 19th, where we have discussed, basically, we haven't discussed anything technical there. I mean, we talk about the what Appian is and, what kind of, you know, uh, job openings are there into the market for Appian, which is pretty good as of now and then. So you tell me if you have any questions about Appian, what kind of tools you just ask me. You have any doubt? And then I can start with the second day of the demo. And we have a video already, so you can watch that. Okay. And ask me any questions if you have. All right. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. So I will go with some questions that I have.
Okay.
So
All right.
how long is the course like this Appian course that you provide? I mean, how many
So this
hours
is
exactly?
okay. So this is a purely developer course. You will be, you can mention your name as a Appian pure developer. So we will talk about the Appian development from the basic, every objects that we do for a basic application creation. It will take around 45 days, less or more, 45 days to complete the training. And what we will not be covering is that we will not be covering the artificial intelligence, we will not be covering this RPA, those kind of things are there, which is a separate course. But what we will be doing is that what is required for to create a basic application, we will be covering all those points. So we what we do is that we create a base one application working with end-to-end workflow. So at the end of the training, you will have one working application with you. Okay.
Okay. And how long? I mean, how long is the one session?
It's an
1 hour,
hour,
1.5 hours,
approx 1 hour. Yeah. Yeah.
1 hour. Okay. So is
Mm.
it like also practice oriented,
Yes,
like learn?
definitely. So, you will be also registering yourself for Appen community with your company's email address. If you do that, you can also do that with your personal email address. But the thing is that there are lots of people have already requested for the free environment from Appian. So, they are now restricted, not restricted, but they are not giving them as of now. But, if you log in with your company's email address, if you have one, then you might get your free instance for yourself, so you can do the practice. What we do every day, we talk about some theory, and we also we do the practice for that theory. in case someone is not having any personal environment practice environment, I will be sharing mine so that you guys can go and practice.
All right. So,
Okay.
what's the
Okay. For
average?
Hi Prasad.
Yeah,
okay,
go ahead,
this is
Prashant.
yeah, this is Prasad actually. So my question is for registering to the Appian community and all right. It's fine for the
Mhm.
guys who is working. Okay. The guys who don't have an organization email and all. How is it possible to write to log into Appian community and doing practice in the cloud environment? So is there anything you will be providing an email ID
No,
which
that's
is
what I
with
said, right?
Harsha
I will
Technology?
be sharing the practice environment. I will be sharing my credentials with you guys so that you can go and practice there. Okay.
Okay, that is a personal environment you can set up and give us the
Exactly.
credentials, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, then that's fine.
All right. Yeah, Mizil.
All right. So, what are the prerequisites of learning Appian?
See, um, I don't. If you like literally ask, then there's nothing. If you have anything like database knowledge, little bit, or any conceptual language, language like C or Java, any little bit concept like how this if condition works, then which is good. But as an Appian, personally, you don't need any prerequisites. It's not that tough. It's all configuration things, drag and drop. You will have all those instruction mentioned everywhere, so you can easily do that. But if you have anything, this is fine. You can. It's a plus point, but literally it's not that required. I have trained many candidates who does not have an IT background, and they have learned Appian, so it's not that tough. You can do it. But obviously, yes,
All
if you
right.
have some knowledge, it's good to have it.
Got it. So, I have been looking at following up job openings out there on Google and
Mm-hmm,
LinkedIn both. I've seen like
mm-hmm,
there's a generic job post which everywhere which is asking for at least 3 years of experience. Now,
mm-hmm.
getting a training from you, what's the chance for as a standing, getting shortlisted in those job postings? Also, you don't have any experience, so are the companies
Yeah.
considering someone just with the knowledge or certification, or like
Mm-hmm.
how do we get the experience?
See, first of all, the certification is always a plus point, right? If you and with the training that we will be giving to you, you will be able to complete your L1. L1 certification is that is that level that after this training you will be able to complete that, and you will be able to crack your interview as well. But the thing is that you can mention 2 to 3 years of experience because if you increase your number of experience, the questions will be like in that form also, right? So you, according to this training, you will be able to mention you have 2 to 3 years of experience. Um, let's say if you have working with your some other already some organization and you have 8 years of experience, you can say that last I have total experience of 8 years, but last 1 year or 2 year I was working as an Apple developer. That also you can go with.
So, does it work actually? Like, if I just put it on my resume, don't they do the background check and find it out? Like, yeah, I was not. I mean, if
No,
my
that's
job title was totally
see,
non-IT.
that's a totally different thing. That's a background check thing, right? I mean, if they have contacts in their company, they can get it here, right? But that's how, I mean, you should be clearing your interview first. If you are able to clear your interview and if you have, solid information from your background, so then it's fine. But you see, people also go with the fake information, right? There are companies who can give you the fake certificates and all, right? So people do that. But according to this training, you will be able to mention that you have 2 to 3 years of experience in Appian development, and you can also able to clear your L1 certification.
Okay, okay. How does Appian compare to the other competitors like OutSystem, Power Apps, and Pega, Mendix in the
Yeah.
market?
So Appian is currently leading the market, not this year, but it's leading the market from I would say 2018, and it went high during the COVID time because this is so fast in comparison of any other languages. So it creates the application very fast. So in COVID, this Appian demand was increased a lot. You see that there were many companies which was not hiring during the COVID, but Appian developers were being hired. Even I personally switched during the COVID itself, right? So there was lots of demand happened in the COVID, and that from that time also Appian goes higher to the market. So yeah, it's pretty much high in demand.
So, yeah, that I understand looking at the job openings, like it's more than
Mhm.
any other low-code platform.
Correct. Yeah.
But my
Hmm.
question is, why is that so? Like, what's the benefits of for any consumer or stakeholder to opting for Appian, rather
The first
opting
thing
for any
is,
other?
yeah, I get that. Yeah. So the first thing is that licensing, right? Appian comes with the RPA. Appian comes with the artificial intelligence. Appian comes with the IDP, and you do not have to buy separate licensing for all these things. It also gives you one. It's your own database, so you do not have to buy the different licensings. One licensing works for all. Appian is bit costlier as compared to other technologies, but it is giving you a lot in compared to that, and it's very easy to develop, very and mostly after like 2020, it has increased a lot in its UI experience. It's giving you a good way of designing your UIs sites. It also have introduced the portals, so it is enhancing every in a year it releases 4 version, and every version it enhances a lot. So that's why it gives very easy development, quick development. So that's the reason Appian is being in demand so high.
And who are the main consumers of Appian? Like which market
You
exactly?
name a company, I'll tell you yes or no. It's all most of the any of the financial companies, many of the health organizations. You talk about the Merck, you talk about Johnson and Johnson, you talk about giants like UK Barclays or First Republic Bank, everyone. And if you talk about the
Mainly
consultancy
banking and
services,
financial.
every companies now have these Appian customers. So lots
So
of companies
mainly
are there.
banking and financial that you have mentioned, right?
Not only banking, I'm saying banking was there since 2014, but during COVID, I would say that pharma companies overtaken this position because they are using Appian a lot because of its
Okay,
quick
the first
response
thing
in
that
that.
you mentioned when I asked for the benefits of Appian for consumers is
Mhm.
RPA, and that's the thing that you're
No,
not
no, I
training.
didn't say RPA. I think that RPA is also part of Appian, which you do not have to buy any licensing. It will come together,
Okay,
right? That's what I say. See, all the
and
other project does not require RPA to be included, right? I'm saying that yeah, this is also you can have it. Appian, you do not have to integrate with some other like Blue Prism or some uh, other tool. You don't have to buy a license for some other tool for to integrate with the Appian if you need an RPA.
okay, I'm good for now. Thank you so much for all the answers. Thanks.
All right, thanks, brother. All right, anyone else has any questions? I would like to go walk you through that Appian environment, how it looks like, what kind of environment we have, what are the suites we are available are there, how we can do the development, where we can see the UIs and all. All right, if no one has any questions, let me share my screen quickly. All right, so basically Appian has 4 different suites which are used for like for end users and then for the developers and for the administrator users, right? So the first suit is that once you see the URL, after this URL you'll see the shoot, and then after the shoot we have some different parameters here. Like this is design suit is for the developer. If you see the grid icon here, I would like to talk about first the tempo. Okay, this is a very basic shoot for all the users, not only the end users, for the developers, end users. System administrators, architects, everyone can see this page. So this is basically the Appian front end. You can say where you can take an action or you can use your applications. Whatever application you will build will be listed here, and you can do that. All right, so where you can see the actions that you want to perform, you can go to the action tab, and in the first 2 tempo we have 5 different tabs. In the action tabs you can see the list of the actions are available based on the applications. Now let's say if you are part of 4 or 5 applications, you will having you will be seeing all those applications here. As I am a system administrator, so I am able to see all those applications that are available in the system. But if you are part of only few applications, you will be seeing only few of them. If you are part of only one, then you will see only one of them. Okay. So these are the applications. Let's say, for example, we have created lead management system. This was one application, and in this application, we have one action that is for apply lead. So from here, you can trigger your action and you can apply for the leads and all, and you can perform and you can complete your task here. Now, let's say once you submit this lead request, let me show that. I'm going to search for an employee. Okay, I get it confirmed and then I submit. So once I submit this task, a new task will be get generated, and that would be for managers, right? So the managers can go and complete their task. So once they log in and they can go to the task tab. On the task tab, you will be see that one request. You can see that a moment ago the task is being generated, and whoever it is assigned to the manager group. So manager group people, when whoever will logs in, they will be able to see, like if there are 5 managers, all will be able to see the task. Once you open the task, it will say that accepted. Once you click on accept, now the task will come to your bucket, and then the other 4 members of that group will not be able to see the task anymore. So this is a task tab where you can actually go and complete your own task assigned to you. You can check what a task is being assigned to you. Now the third is that records. If you have any record for your application, those records will be listed here, and so you can see the click on the records and you can see what other things are there. Okay, something breaking out here. Let me see some others. Yeah, so like this kind of thing, we have the list of the records that we have. You can see it here, and then we can take an action on it. So as I said in the demo class, that Appian record is such a powerful tool where you can go and take an action on your record. You can add an employee, you can delete an employee. Let's say, for example, if you want to edit some employee, you can also do that. So those are things we can do in the records. Report tab is basically how if you want to represent your data in graphically, so you can create a report out of it and you can display that, okay, this is my report of the application. Let's say, for example, this is a report. So you are trying to display the list of the approved, 23% of the task is being approved, 17% request is being rejected, and like that. So you can create a graphical representation of your chart of your data by using a chart, and you can have displayed here, right? And then there is a news tab. If you have anything to be published, like any news on your application, you can do that here. So this is about the tempo page. You can see this shoot is the tempo, and then after that we have subtasks, news, task, record, report, and actions. Any questions here? Do you understand what this page is for, and who will be able to access this page? No questions? All right. So the second suite is design. A designer suite is for only for the developers, where the user will go. I mean, not only for developers, it's for like system administrators, and then admin consoles users, administrative users. They can access this one. They can also do the development. So in the design tab, we have different menus. Like first is the applications, where you can see all those list of applications as created. So there are like 142 applications under this environment. All right, so there are 142 applications working for this environment. So if you have access of few of them, you will be able to see that. So from here, we can create a new application. We can click on the new application. We can give a name of the application, and then description, and then all those things. We can talk about this one. And then you can also import. This is for like deployment purpose. If you have any application package created, you can also import it here. All right. Now the second sub menu is called objects. If you want to search for any objects based on this filters, there you can search with the name, or you can just search with the type. Like it's something going to set data store. All the data stores that are available into the system will be listed here. All right. So these are the objects that we have created, not the application specific, but throughout the entire application that we have. The third menu is called deploy. Deploy is for perform the deployment option. If you want to deploy, you can check the status. What are the incoming deployment? What are the outgoing deployments? You can see here, and you can do the handle this deployment things from this tab. Fourth is the monitor. Monitor is basically, this is for the live instances that are running or whatever instance you are created. So if I say instance, it's like whenever we execute a process model for taking an action, you can check it here. Now let's say, for example, here you see this one, right? Apply leave. We have initiated one process for applying the leave. See this one, right? So here this instance was created, a process instance which is completed as a user has submitted the task already. Let me show you. So you see this one, this process was completed, and it has also triggered the manager approval process, which is still active because manager has accepted it, not completed the task. You can see this one is as an active. So this is a manager approval process for this sub process. Here we are calling the sub process, and this is the sub process that we are calling it here. So it is still active. So all those instances running in the backend, you can monitor from this monitor tab. Okay. If you want to see what are the, is there any process with the errors, you can check this checkbox to check with the, if there are, what are the process that has failed and what's going on wrong with there. All right. And then we have final submenus called users. Users are basically where you can maintain your users. You can create a user from here. You can deactivate a user. But this is, you can restrict, like suppose if I'm going to give you the developer access, so developer access, user will not be able to perform all these things. It just, they can see the users and all. All right. So these are the designer tab, which is we will be using a lot. Mostly this is the thing that we will be using for our development purpose. Okay. Any question here? What's Appian Designer? All right. All right. The third important is cloud database. The cloud database is like in-house database, that is MariaDB, that Appian gives to you, where you can create your tables, procedures, functions, views, and we can make use out of it. If you have any existing database, that is also possible. You can configure that, and we have seen that in the demo. From where to, I'll show it again. So if you have any already in use some database, you can get a connection string and then username and password, and you can connect it here. All right. But here you can create all your tables, view, procedures, and functions that Appian gives to you. Okay. So that's the database. Now, the other tab is called Admin Console. So Admin Console is for administrative actions. Like suppose if you want to set some logo to your branding of your application, if you want to create any authentication keys and all, you can do that here. If you want to restrict the application environment to accept what kind of files you want to accept, right? Those things you can do. If you want to have any authentication mechanism, you can do that here. You can also create users from here. If you want to, let's say, if you have third-party users database that you want to use, that is also possible. You need to configure it here. So let me show you the data sources. So data sources, like suppose if you are using any Oracle environment or some other things, you can select from here. So these are the things that you can configure directly, or MySQL, DB2, MariaDB, MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, right? So all those things you can configure. You need to select what you want to configure, and then username and password, and then connection string shared by them. If you do that, that database will get connected easily, and you can perform the action as you can perform the action from the existing database. So these are things can be done inside the admin console. All right. One more suite is available that is called logs, system logs. System logs are basically, if see Appian gives you the error message on the object itself. If something like is not, you are not able to understand what the complete error message, you can search it here. So if you can search for the Tomcat std out log file. So we also have a log file with the date wise. If you want to check the current log, you can commit here, and then you can go to the last, and here you will be able to see the logs for any error message, what's going on with wrong with the application, something is breaking. Okay, now let's say for example, here it says that an error occurred because the record type source is currently unavailable, or query reached the timeout. So maybe it means that some record is has been deleted, or it's not being available here, or it's taking a lot of time to bring the data. So you can understand what's going on with your application here. Mostly you won't need it because whatever Appian throws the error on the UI itself, you will be able to understand what's going on with there. The other tab you can see, it's a RPA and the data fabric, which Appian create an application, give it to you. These all are comes under the separate material. All right, so guys, this is the Appian environment. This is how it will look like. One more thing is that front end is called sites. Like nowadays, nobody is using this tempo, because tempo is like very confusing. If you have access of 5 applications, all those tasks will be listed here itself. You cannot divide them in as application wise. Actions you can divide with the application wise, but not the task. So Appian has also come, and it looks like you're working on a tool. It was very old UI features that looks like. So that Appian comes with the feature called sites, where the sites are like, for example, I would like to open a site for our application. This is the one. So you see, remember, right? I just created one action from the action tab, going here, and then apply the leave from here, leave management system, right? So we applied from the leave from here. Same thing you can perform from the sites as well, but the look and feel wise, you will see that it's more over like a specific application. We are working on a leave management system. You will have nice UI and all. So you can, let's say, if you want to apply leave, you can go here, and then you will see the same UI and all. So it will look like you are working on a web application, not on a tool. So this is another UI front end for Appian. Okay. Any question? Yes, no. Come on, guys.
What is the fee structure?
Sorry.
Fee structure of this course.
Oh, you can get in touch with Sarita for this one, and she will be able to give you the fee structure now. All right. I'm just trying to find this URL for community. Okay, there you go. All right, let me share you the guys URL. You can copy paste it. I'll also show you how it looks like. Okay. So I have in the chat I have given two URLs. It first is the Appian community link, where you can go and log in with your Appian community site. Let me show you as well. All right, so this is a Appian community URL where you can go and click on sign in, and then sign in with your or I mean sign up, and then sign up with your. If you click on the register now, you need to provide all this information here. If you are working with companies like Wipro or any Cognizant or TCS and all, right? One benefit is that once you go for the certifications, you will get a 50% of discount, because those are the Appian partners. Okay, so try to go with the certifications which your company's email address. So you can get, you only have to pay $100 for one certification. If you don't have, or if your company is not part of Appian partner, in that case you need to pay for $200. Okay. All right. So here you can register yourself, and then sorry, just quickly let me reshare it. Once you log in, Let me log in.
Do we get certification, guys?
See, nowadays it's very tough because Appian, what it has done is that they are doing the certifications exams on the video call. So it's very difficult to get it. But what we try to do is that we try to collect the questions. Like suppose you appeared for the certification exams, you remember few of the questions, you write it down. Then if you're willing to share with us, what we do, we collect it and then we mark the answers correctly, and then we share with you guys. Nobody does that because everybody wants like saying that know why I would share and all, right? But some people also share the information. So we have some of the questions for L1 which we can share with you guys. But yeah, I mean, if you talk about the further help, I don't think so. That Harsha Training is for doing that, but we know the people who can help you out. Okay. All right. I think I'm not able to log in for some reason. It's kicking me out. Unable to sign in. Okay. So second URL that I have given to you, right? That is URL once you log in, and then if you try to access that, you will be able to see a page for requesting for your environment. You can access the environment, and then in few days they will be able to give it to you the access. Okay, if you don't get it, don't worry, I will be sharing my environment anyways, so you guys can work it out. All right. Is that clear, guys?
So if I register with my company official email, and later if I change the company, so does that
Yeah.
environment stay with that email address, or can I change the email?
No, I mean, see, what you can do the both. See, anyways, if you are changing your company, you need to change your email address as well, right? Because it will say like wipro.com or something like that. So what you can do is that you can raise a request to the Appian support mentioning that I'm switching my company. Kindly transfer my credentials, my certifications, information, everything to my new email address. They will do that. You just have to raise a request with them.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? So the next class we are going to start our actual development cycle, where we will see learning how do we start the development, from where we can create an application and what are the objects we need it. Everything we will be able to see that. So if you have any other doubts regarding Appian, I mean, should you go for this Appian development training or not? Do please ask me all those questions. All right, let me ask you guys this question. Right? How many of you are here like from a non-background, non-IT background? All are from IT background? Perfect. So you guys must be knowing about the creating the tables, creating the views, small things, right? If not, just go through the W3 schools notes. It's very easy creating tables. In Appian, it's also, let me show you that I have just forgot to mention. It's bring it up. It's not like you have to write the code for the create table statement and then creating for the tables and views. For tables, let me show you that it's very easily and configurable. That let's say I want to create a new table, I just click on the new. I need to give the name, okay, and then column names and definition, and then hit go. It will create a table for me. I don't have to write. If you want to have that statement, you can see that statement how it look like. You don't need to. Let's say I'm going to have create table test AMP. Let's say AMP ID. I would like to make this as a auto increment and then primary key, and then we have AMP name. Okay, it's going to
we
be
are not able
Oh,
to. We are not able to see your screen. Have you stopped sharing the screen or what?
let me see that again. Are you able to see it now?
Yeah. Now it's okay.
I'll just do that again. So So I was saying that once we go to the database table structure, you can click on the new. Once you click on the new, you will get this window where you can say give the name of the table, okay, and then you can have the number of columns here. If you want to add more columns, you just put it in a number here and then it will create the columns. Let's say I want to have employee ID. It should be the integer and then it should be the auto increment and the primary key. Now let's say we want to have employee name. I would like to go with the varchar, and if you are defining anything as a varchar, you need to define the number of characters. Initially it can be null, so I'll check the null checkbox. That way, if you want to have DOB, it's going to be type of date. Date doesn't require a time length of the values. And then if you want to have, let's say, email is like going to be varchar. Let's say I want to define the varchar size as 200. So anything is a varchar, we would like to define the number of size. Okay. All right. Now, if you would like to see the scripts, you can click on the preview SQL. It will create the scripts for you for the statement, and you can see it here, and then you can copy and paste it for the future purpose. So you can have it. And if you click on save, the table will get created easily. You don't have to write the create statement. Now, if you want to have, if you would like to, let's say, if you would like to search for an existing table and you want to get a script for it, you can also do that very easily. You just have to, let's say, I'm going to search for LMS leave details. So there is a table that we created recently. Now, let's see if I would like to get the script for it. So we can click on the export and then go to the second option, display all possible options, and then here you can say SQL, or if you want to for CSV file, whatever you want to have it for this table. If you want to look SQL file of this table, you can create it this file, and then if you want only the structure, if you want all the data, or if you want only the structure and data, you can select this option. Let's say I would like to see the only structure, and then if you click on export, it will generate a query for you, and so that you can take it and you can deploy it to the higher environment. So all these things are very easy. You do not have to write a code for it in database as well. All other configuration, you can do that. Okay. But it is always good if you have go to W3 school and search for some create table. If you don't have any such information, knowledge of this, you can learn it out like how easily. Anyways, we will be doing that in our classes, but it would be good if you can have a quick look. All right, what is the other important factors for this to clear this interview and then clear the L1 certification is that Agile methodology. Again, a W3 school is very good, having very good material to talk about the Agile methodology, what an Agile methodology is, how the sprint works, what is the user story, what is the acceptance criteria. These are things if you can learn, it will help you to clear your interview in a good way. Any questions?
Yes, actually, I wanted to know that do we need to requirement of for like SQL knowledge before starting
As
this?
I said, right, you don't need a depth knowledge. If you have something, see, as a shown you, right, it doesn't require any coding for creating the table and all, right? So we will
Okay.
be creating a table and all. So you will see that how it works. But if you can learn, it will be always a good thing, right? Plus one, see, having knowledge never can harm you. So yeah, it's always a good thing to have it. But if you don't have any knowledge from beginning, it's okay. You can create it by your own. Don't have to worry about it.
And what are the basic concepts I have to learn for in Java for this?
Nothing.
So
I mean, see,
nothing.
the application tool is built in Java, but if you don't have to learn about the polymorphism, you don't have to learn about the what the other, let's say, the tools of the Java. But yeah, everything is there. Whatever functions you need it, all the functions, definitions, declaration is there. It's given the examples. You can learn it very easily. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, coming to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Appian, right? So other BPM tools like Pega and Lombardi,
Mm-hmm.
IBM Lombardi and all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much percentage of custom code required in Appian? Okay, so whatever the objects or interfaces, so whatever it may be, which are supporting, which are already developed and built in Appian, right? If is there any custom code required for the client requirement, Okay, how much percentage? I mean, how much percentage? It's a 10% or 20% is of custom code required. How you say? What about this? Like, no need to put any custom code, or everything will be supported in the existing interfaces or objects which are already inbuilt in Appian, or we have to go with 20% or 30% of custom coding in Appian.
No, there is no pre-built application. There are certain things like for IDP, intelligent document processing is there, where Appian is having predefined UIs and everything, right? But as an actual application, if you want to build, so there's no predefined UIs are created. You have to create it from the scratch, right? Appian doesn't give you that option that this is the existing application, you can go and simply use it. Okay, so that is only, they have only, Appian is only given for like some special things like RPA windows, and then document processing, all those things, data fabric, but not for the Appian development. You have to create your application, because it's everything is dynamic. You can create your own. Like Salesforce gives you some predefined UIs, which is not available in Appian. You need to create it one, right? Now
Okay,
let's say, for
that I
example.
understood. Yeah, that I understood. Actually, my question is like, so we have an predefined interfaces or whatever it may be for some percentage. If I'm going with the new customer and new requirement, everything, we need to go
Mhm.
and develop the application. Okay, the
Correct.
process
Yeah.
flows and everything we will be
Correct.
developing it
Yeah.
our own only. But
Hmm.
the functions or whatever the objects or the functions which are already there, so which is already built in Java, and we are importing it into Appian tool. It might be in any of the Pega BPM like Pega or the Lombard or whatever it may be. So
Hmm.
the few of the existing functions are something which doesn't support the actual requirement of the customer. Okay,
Okay.
by that
Okay.
time, actually in the legacy or in the traditional way, what we will do, we will write a specific Java code, and we will import
Hmm.
that into the tool. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the older versions of Pega. Okay,
Correct.
so in
Correct.
the 5x or 6x, what we do,
Okay.
if the existing functionalities which are already inbuilt in application or inbuilt in the tool which are not supporting, we will go with the custom code, and we will import that particular code into the tool, and we will start using it based on the client
Hmm.
requirement.
Hmm.
In that case or in that scenario, how much percentage of the code which required to support such type of custom requirements in Appian? Nothing like that. We no need to go with any such type of custom code. Everything is already, the functions and everything is already 100% inbuilt in Appian, which we can be using the existing ones to fulfill all the requirements. Or is there anything needs to go with the custom code? If we are going with the custom code, what percentage of code we need to put in? That is my question.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, there are two things in Appian. We have two type of environment. One is the cloud, and one is the on-premise. Okay. Now, if you are using on-premise environment, you can write down your code and you can get it deployed to your on-premise server, so that you can use it. Anything. Let's say, for example, if you would like to design a service which returns the addition of two values, let's say that function is not available in Appian. So what you needed is that there is a one plugin is already available which is doing the addition of the two numbers, right? So what you can do is that you can get the jar file of that one, and you can see the code, and you can upload to your on-premise server, and then you can use it. Now if you need any modification, again with the same jar file, you can check the code and you can enhance the code, and you can update it, and you can install to your on-premise server. That is fine. If you know how Java works, if you know how to code in Java, you can do that, and you can utilize the existing code, and you can update it, and you can create a new plugin. So in Appian, we say that as a plugin because we are going to use it as a third party. It's not in-house Appian's functions. That is also required when those functions are not available into the Appian. Now, if you want to do something new out of it, you need to update the Java code. That is only for the on-premise, I'm saying. Okay. Now, second comes with the on cloud. On cloud, you cannot simply go and use any your built application plugins there directly, because it's a cloud. You have, if you are going to create any plugin, you need to first get it approved from the Appian that okay, this is working fine environment application, this is fine. We have created this plugin, so Appian will go through that. They will test it. Okay, if it finds that this is the plugin which is fine, it's everything looks okay, they will approve your plugin so that it will be available to the market. Now, if you want to search such kind of plugins, like say for example, if I would like to initially the Excel feature was not there, so many companies built a plugin for themselves and they listed onto the app market. So once you log into the Appian community, you see there is something called App Market. In App Market, you can search for the plugins available here. So these are the plugins that many companies participate to provide their created Java applications plugins here. Let's say, for example, I would like to search for an Excel tool. You say Excel financial functions, Excel utility. So these are the plugins which is available to the market. You can search for it and you can, you see this one. Author is EXL. EXL is a company who built this plugin and they have uh, uh, sent it to the Appian. The Appian has approved this feature so that it's allowed to the app market. You can download from here and then you can use it. Now, this you need to download and everything if you are on premise. On cloud, how it works? Now, let's say this is the export JSON to Excel. If I would like to add any plugin to my server, I just go to the admin console and then I'll go to the plugins and then I'll search for it.
We import, we import
Add
that
new plugins.
plugin into the cloud.
Yes. Now, if it is available, you should be getting it.
So whenever it is required, we need to put in, if you want to modify or if you want to put a new functional code, we need to write down a Java code. It's not a fully and the old tradition, but we have to put a bit and piece of Java code in the existing plugins, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what exactly I want. Okay, we need Java knowledge at least how to modify.
Yes. I mean, if you need that, if you need to have Java knowledge for that one at least. Okay. I don't know why it's not allowing. Maybe it's a cloud. I mean, restricted versions. You can't upload the plugin. That's why. But yeah, in your you can do that.
So if we are not aware of Java and all, if we ask Appian community or Appian to
App market, you can.
support with
Yeah,
to
you can come
support
to
with,
the app market here. See, anything is there. App market, you can come and you can see if it is not available. And if it is not available into the app market as well, then you need to build one. So you may need to have a Java developer. But I see that there are lots of plugins and Appian in-house functions are already available. You not need it, but in case you need it, customize some code according to your requirement. You have to one plugin to be developed. Yeah. Appian support will not create a plugin for you. They will say that if something is not available to the app market, you need to create it by your own. They won't develop, but they will take this as a consideration, as a suggestion, and then release, if they see that okay, the demand is very high for such kind of requirement, they will create a plugin for and they will release to the Appian. But that depends how your plugin, how your requirement is, how dynamic it is, how it can be useful for many other customers.
okay, there is no support from the Appian team to build in a new plugin,
No, they
whatever
won't
is
build a plugin. As
required.
far as I know, they won't build a plugin. They will say you that you can search for the app market. But if your requirement is such a nice requirement and it's very useful, they can take as a consideration, and maybe in coming release they can create one.
Okay, it's an generic, so it can be used across
Correct.
the
Yeah.
applications. Then they
Cross
will
application. Yes.
start
Yes.
building it. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, then fine. Yeah, we are clear now. Any questions from other guys?
All right. Yeah. So next class onwards, we will be starting the development. Will be so anyone has any use case in your mind, like simple use case that can be easily understandable with everyone. Like some people are there already in the IT development, so we need to go with the such app use case which can be easily understandable by the many people. So you guys have anything like lead management system? We have just recently I've completed that one. If you think anything else you wanted to go with, like inventory management or something like, let's go with that. Or if you want to go with like how do we transfer the amount from one account to other account, we can go with that. The customer search feature is included there, so we can have that such kind of use case. If you guys have anything in your mind, let me know. Otherwise I can think of one and then we can go with the that one. All right. Okay, then let's connect tomorrow and then we can continue from the development. We create an epics and we'll think about it and then we can
The
proceed with
next
that.
demo will be tomorrow, right?
I would say not a demo, it would be training started. Like, we'll be starting a
Okay, from tomorrow.
like, yeah. I mean, if you guys need any other information on the Appian, we can discuss. If you guys okay, then we can have training started.
Yeah, it's the class is also in the weekends, right?
No,
Like
not
Saturday
on
and
the
Sunday.
weekends. No.
So the next class going to be on Monday.
Monday is holiday, I believe. Oh yeah, it's a holy. So is there anyone from out of India or even from India? I think everyone is from India only, right? I didn't realize that the 25th is the holiday. Okay, we can discuss. We'll let you know in the chat. They will drop the message how it's going to be. Okay. Meanwhile, you guys can have your time to think about it. Any
When
other
we'll
question,
have
guys?
next session,
Yeah.
sir? When we'll have next
That's what
session?
that's what we are thinking. Because 25th is the holiday, right? It's a holy. So let me talk to them, and then we'll see if it's required. We can have it. Otherwise, better to start in one go, right? I don't want to put a gap. The last 2 days I had some work and I have to go out of town, so I couldn't continue. But yeah, they will drop a message. Let me discuss with them. I mean,
Okay, sir.
Holi is for you guys as well, right? Don't you want to enjoy Holi or you want to go with the training? So tell me. But weekends, no. Weekends, no. In case you would like to start, I can, as there is a holiday coming. If you want, we can go with the weekend classes. So how about everyone? Anyone has any issues or it's okay to go with? I need an input from everyone. Do you want to call out the name?
I'm fine with
Prashant?
weekend classes.
Okay, thanks, Nikhil. Surya, you, what about you?
Yeah, I'm also fine with the weekend classes, but tomorrow, yeah, for
I
tomorrow.
mean, not for regularly because I have to have like, so, but yeah, but
Yeah,
how about
I'm just
everyone?
saying for
Mridul, Tulsi, Manisha, Kirtan, Prashad, Tarun, Ayash.
May I know the timings?
The same timing, 8 to 9.
Yeah, we can go with weekend classes. I'm also okay with it.
Okay, how about you, Prashad, Tarun? I don't know, maybe. All right, so what we'll do, I'll ask Sarita to correct the information and let me know. If we see the crowd is there, I will take a class because I don't want to repeat the things. I don't want you guys to miss it. Recording will be there, but yeah, you should be available to attend the class.
What
And
is
that
the
would
what
work
is the agenda? Yeah. What is the agenda? Actually, we are planning to have a session tomorrow.
because 25th is a holiday, right? It's a holy. So if
Okay,
we don't do it today,
tomorrow it's not a problem for me. I am okay with that.
all right.
Yeah,
Thanks, sir.
this is present. Yeah.
Okay, let me contact with Sarita and she will, correct the information. If it goes well, we'll let you know. All right.
Sir,
So
do,
what
do you have
yeah, Manisha, go ahead.
do we have any group like WhatsApp group?
Yes, there will be. The thing is that you will be get added to it once you make the payment. I believe that's what the process is. So
Okay.
yours is going to be batch 18 for me. So you will be part of batch 18 under this training center. Yeah. So it will be get created. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. Okay. So now what I need from you guys, this is very important. So what I need from you guys is to be part of the discussion. Please do ask the questions. Please clear your doubts. When I'm here, and don't collect like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I'll see the recordings. Mostly what I'll tell you what's going on with the last batch, what happened. There are members who didn't join the call daily. They said, okay, I have the recordings, and then after like 5 days or 6 days or 7 days, they are piled up with the lots of recordings, and then now they are saying that now it's very timing, I can't go through the recording, I'll do that, and then I didn't understand this one. So please be regular in the training. Come to the why it is important, because you will be able to clear your doubts at the same time itself, right? Do ask the questions. Let me let me clarify the doubts, and then we move forward. Maybe for some of them it will be boring, like, okay, I understand why it's repeating, but that's fine. You guys have to, as a batch, you guys have to take with that. You have to go with that, because that sometimes you will have some questions, other will be fine with that. So please do ask the questions, clear your doubts, and then okay. And then please also don't think in this way that I have recordings, I'll watch it later. That's not going to help. You will never watch it later. Okay. So that's what I just
Yes,
need from you guys. All right.
sir.
Any other things?
Are
Yeah.
there any
Sorry.
like are there any offline people joining in the session in the institute?
No. I mean, whoever will be paid, they will be only for that group, and they will be only joining it here.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
And what
And
you
I
said
will
that
be the only
happened
one
to
who will
with
take
me
care of.
also. I was before into AWS training, and
Uh-huh.
I too didn't get the time. I missed 2 to 3 class, and it went on it went on like that. So, what you
Yeah,
said is
it
right, sir.
happens. So okay, so I will be taking the training from start to beginning, and then timing is going to be 8 to 9, and then yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
I hope to sure I'll let you know. Training center will drop a message if there's going to be class tomorrow or not. Otherwise, there will be information available. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you.